Hi there. In Landscape of Mothers terms, we are in the season of Wind Mother, and wind asks us to really start to dream. So often, I think in the calendar, the Gregorian calendar, we tend to jump right into New Year's on January 1st and make all these wishes, but that's really deep winter time. It's I consider that to be sun and moon mother time, and that it's really more of a time to be in the deep winter, to regulate, to kind of come back to ourselves, come back to the basics. And this time, this sort of the late winter, early spring, depending on where you are. I'm in California, so it feels like early spring. But sort of in that late winter, all of that starts to coalesce into something that starts to look more like dreams. The dreams, not necessarily that we have at night, but the dreams like our heart wishes, right? The things that we really want to see in the world. This is also a time where things kind of blow away, right? All the things that died over the winter, we release them, we let go. And it makes room for this new to come in, something like for us to really start to plant seeds, like in a gardening sense. We start planting seeds, it's still, even here, it's still frosting at night, so there's still some cool weather happening, but the quickening is starting to happen, that sense of planning, of wanting the next thing, right? And of starting to figure out what we're going to cultivate, what we're going to put our effort into, what we're going to, what we want to see come to pass in this next year. And so just like a garden, you wait until the last frost to plant things, though you might start planting seeds a little earlier in somewhere that's protected. And so that's Wind Mother season. We're dreaming of what we want to see in the world. We're noticing that as we scaled back over winter, what's really important to us. And so this is the time to start thinking both of like, what am I releasing? What am I letting go of? What sort of died over the winter? And in inner world terms, that's sort of like, what are the things that I don't want to be doing anymore? What are the ways of being in the world that I want to change maybe? And it asks us to let go of some things, to make room for these things that we're going to plant. It's just like preparing a garden bed. We clear the garden, or we clear spaces inside of the garden for the things that we want. And it's planting and dreaming season. So we also don't want to put the reins on too fast. So when we're dreaming of what we want, one of the hard parts maybe is that battle of like what we think we can actually grow, or what we think is likely to come to pass. And we kind of try to fit our wishes and wants into that range of things we think are possible. But more than any other time, I want to invite that this is not the time to do that. We will prune later, as we do when we start weeding, we start pulling out extra things in the garden, the things that start choking the plants that we want to cultivate. And so this is the moment though of planting all the seeds and seeing what's going to sprout, seeing what has room, and what's possible. And so we don't want to put the reins on too early. This is not rains time. That'll come with Desert Mother in our next phase. But this is the moment to dream big. So go. What are your dreams for this coming year?